Okay, in today's video we will try to understand what is extension methods in C#. Okay, so basically extension methods, these are the points that we have and we will try to understand it practically. So extension methods allows developers to add new functionality to existing type without modifying the original type. Okay, so what exactly does it mean? Typically, if we have any class in C#, okay, here we will be talking in context of C#. So if we have any class, obviously we can create the method inside that and we can call that. But here it says like extension methods provides us the feasibility, or you can say flexibility, where we can create the method into the class which is beyond our accessibility. For example, suppose let's say we have a string class. Okay, we can simply make use of that class, but we don't modify that class because this is the part of .NET framework and we don't have access to that. In that case, the challenge if we have is that we have to add a method to the string class. How can we do? So we can do with the help of extension method. Okay. So let's go to the Visual Studio and then we will try to understand like what exactly does it mean. Suppose I create one string variable here and I can say a string name. I will write my name something like this. Okay, so this is the name I have, and now I can get all the methods associated with a string, and if I want to print, then simply I can say name and it will print. If I say dot, then I will start getting all the methods, properties, whatever is associated with this class called a string, and this I am getting in the IntelliSense that you can see. But apart from this, the already inbuilt methods or properties, I want to create something else. Okay, which methods will be according to our custom requirement. In that case, how we can add? So this basically can be done with the help of a static class. Okay, what we can do, suppose simply if I print the name and if I run this method, then it will just print my name. Okay, let's see the output. It is running. Okay, so it will basically you see it is printing my name just. So whatever we gave that is. Now I want like it should print me with greeting, like there should be a method which can greet me something like welcome like that if I want. So how we can do? With the help of method I want. So there is no any method called greet. Okay, I want to create that and then I will be accessing that. So this something like I want to create one method called greet me, and that method should be treated as part of existing class called a string. So how we can achieve this? This can be achieved with the help of extension method. So let's go and see how we can do this. So simply anywhere we can create one class. Okay, so I am going to create a class. I will say this should be public, and I told you in order to create a static class you must use the static keyword. Okay, and whenever we have to create any extension method, then our class must be static, because the method that we are going to create as a part of a string, that also should be treated as a static method. Okay, that's why it's better like we should have our class static only. It is mandatory actually. Our class must be static in order to create extension method. So public static and then simply class, I can say maybe dummy class. Okay, so I created one class and inside that I will create a method. So method I can say public. I already told you it should be a static. Then suppose it will return me one string, and then I will say greet me something like this. So this method should be treated as part of a string, but if you see right now it will be treated as a part of this class. Okay, so we have all we need to do is here we have to pass as this, then name of the class for which I want this method to be a part of. Okay, so I want this method to be a part of a string. So after this must need to be here, and then I need to say the name of the class. So actual class whose part I want to be this method is a string. So let me type here a string, because this is the where I want to link this method to. Okay, so a string, and then simply I can say variable name maybe s and we are done. Now simply here we can say if, let's check the length. So s dot length is greater than 0, means definitely we have something. So we can say return like this, welcome, and then plus s. Otherwise simply we can say return s, because we don't have anything. And now you see, earlier when I was pointing it was not showing anything, but now if I hit, you see greet me is showing as a part of a string, because this name is nothing but is the instance of a string, right? And on this we are accessing. So this one is giving the look and feel that greet method, greet me method is present inside the name, but no, actually it is not. This is the extension method which we have created, and we have created this method should be treated as part of a string. That's why we are getting here. And simply now if we run, you can see it will, it is showing me welcome in the like this. So this is like this time we can also say extension method is nothing but this is a syntactic sugar, okay, which gives us the feeling that this method is belonging to this class only, okay. So this is what the extension method is. While creating extension method, we must need to keep in mind that our class should be a static, and then we must pass the parameter with this and the name of the class for which we want this method to be a part of, okay. So these are the two things that need to keep in mind. And then let's go to the next point. So we have extension methods are a special type of static methods, but they are called as if they were instance method on the extended type. This is what basically we understood, like extension methods are a special type of a static method, right? So this is a static extension method only, and you see this is a static method. So our method must be a static and they are called as if they were instance method on the extended type, right? So extended type in the sense that now here if you see, so we are calling greet me like this is the part of a string object name, right? So this way basically we are calling, and that's why it is giving us the look and feel that this method is belonging to a string class. This is basically this point is trying to explain. Next we have is we can call extension method with their enclosing type as well. So here, since this was the extension method, we saw like, okay, even though this is belonging to dummy class, we were able to call this with the instance of a string, right? Now what if we want to call with this class only? That also we can do. Simply if we go, we can say dummy class dot. Why I am not creating object? Because this method is a static method, right? So a static method never require instance or object to be created, rather we can directly call it with the name of the class. So here we can say greet me, and then all we need to do is we just need to pass the method, parameter. So this name here we pass, and still we will get the same output, okay. So yes, we can say, let me go and run the program first to check the output, and here you see even still we are getting exactly same output. So eventually what happens, whenever we call like this, internally it gets converted like this only. So extension method is nothing but it gives us the look and feel that it is belonging to a string class or the class which we have passed here, but in still this is nothing but a syntactic sugar, okay, and eventually it will get converted into syntax like this only, okay. So this is what basically we have all about extension method. Thank you.